I'm hoping the volume is going to be coming through clear on here since I'm using data right now. I'm not using like a internet connection by the router or whatever. I just had a couple minutes to spare, so I decided to just go live for a couple minutes. I was just down here, downtown for a couple hours. As usual, see some interesting stuff down here, man. I mean, you could tell that, these simps out here, walking around, these people are, through out here, man. It's so bad. You gotta walk around, and watch where you step, so you don't, step on a damn, needle through your foot. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I myself gotta watch because I wear Crocs, or I wear these. Some people call them clogs, but I wear these, like rubber shoes. So the needle could easily slip through that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a damn shame, to here it is, in the richest country in the world. You gotta walk around, and watch out for needles that who knows what the hell, people are injecting into themselves out here. Shit, there's, a bunch of damn, drugs that people are using now, like that, there's a whole new one. But what they're doing is they're taking like, I forget what this is called, but what people are doing now is they're taking like, bear with me a sec. They're taking a horse tranquilizer fluid, and they're mixing it with like other substances, and then they're injecting that into their body. Because that's why you see these people walking around, they'll be all, they look like a damn, statue standing still. It's damn sad, right? It's a sad sight to see, man. But this is, this is what's going on. This is the reality. This is the sad reality of how people are living out here right now, man. And I'm only speaking of the states. So God only knows what people are doing over in, say, India, Africa, other, third world developing countries. I don't even want to know what people are doing over there, man. So truly, worldwide, everybody out here is completely done for, man. And it's, it's sad to, to see everybody in this, the circumstance they are, of course, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's the way you gotta look at it. Like you can give people advice, but at the end of the day, it's up to them if they want to, take that advice or not. You know what I'm saying? Like say for example, I know people, man, who've, drained their bank accounts for, just like on lotteries and shit like that. It's it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, because if they would have been, smart, they wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a damn shame. But people are dumb with money. That's why, the fact is that a lot of people who win the lottery, right? A lot of those people ended up going, broke within the next couple of years, following their big win. And why is that? Well, because a lot of people, don't know how to manage their own money. So when they win, say $1 million or $2 million, they'll go out, party every weekend, like these footballers, right? These big dudes that are, making millions to throw a ball back and forth to each other on the TV. You know, a lot of these dudes, man, it comes out that, you know, here it is after they get, you know, their big payouts, say, you know, 20 million, 25 million, 30 million, if not more. You know, these dudes end up going broke in a couple of years. Why? Because they waste all their money on mansions, waste all their money on these nice fancy cars, multiple of them. Or to spend all their money on having parties every weekend, you know, not thinking about the future, you know, and putting some of that away, you know, for a, you know, for their future and for their children's future, if they have any. You know, so again, you know, the best thing you can do is give people advice, you know, but it's up to them at the end of the day if they want to, you know, take that advice or not, man. Which I'll give you, you know, I used to work for a millionaire. When I worked, you know, I used to work for this guy that had millions in his bank. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, this guy, I won't go into all the details, of course, but the guy invested in these trailer homes, right? Had them for like, I believe, 40 years or something like that. And a dude bought them for cheap. And then, you know, sold the whole land that he had for like $4 million. It's like, damn, you know, dudes. Like one time I was sitting there, man, and you know, he was gonna sell one of the houses, one of the trailer homes to somebody. So, you know, this guy's sitting there, and they come to an agreement, right? You know, where you take 8,000, then they ended up going up to like 15,000, right? This guy can sit there and just write, you know, a $15,000 check like it's nothing. It's like, damn, you know, some of these people have, you know, so much wealth that they can sit there and just write a check for $10,000-$15,000 without any type of, without even having to look at their bank account to see if it can cover that. It's like, damn, you know, some of these people out here are living large, man. You know, that's a lot of money right there, man. You know, I remember when I was growing up, man, you know, we didn't have any type of, you know, income like that. You know what I'm saying? When I used to work, you know, I was making like $8,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? If I was to work, shit, it's not even that, because that would be if I worked, you know, 8 hours like every day. I'd make that. You know, so it's you know, a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, it's you know, pissing you off sometimes. You know, some of these dudes out here, you know, got more money than what they know, you know, what to use it on. You know what I'm saying? So they go out and buy stupid shit, you know, with that money, and then they cry when it's no longer available to them. You know, so it's once again, you know, a lot of people are just irresponsible and you know, don't know how to manage their own money. You know, and that's it's a damn shame. Let's see. Oh, I want to comment on this too. A few hours ago, a Bible defender, he contacted me on the Discord. He sent me a couple images from a Christian who was in his live chat on one of the videos, or in the comment section, something like that. And you know, this dude was saying some bullshit, but you know, the guy's on there like, you know, well, I could see the Earth's curve from the airplane window. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, wait a second, what the hell? It's like, so dude, so you know that, you know, you don't agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson then, right? Because, you know, it's funny because if I asked him if he knows who Neil deGrasse Tyson is, guarantee you he'll say yes. And then I ask, well, do you respect him, you know, as a scientist? He'll say yes. But then I'll ask him, it's like, well, wait a second. But you said you can see the curve from an airplane window, but Neil deGrasse Tyson said you can't even see it from, you know, 127,000 feet. So is he wrong, or are you wrong then? You ask him that and he doesn't know. Well, I can guarantee you, you know, he wouldn't be able to give you an answer on that because he doesn't know. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, these people contradict themselves and won't even realize it. You know, it's a damn shame, you know, in reality. But, you know, but this is what's going on out there. Oh, and then he said, another thing that the dude said, you know, is we're not living in the end times today, he said. You know, that's a couple thousand years in the future. And I figured to myself, what the hell? couple thousand years in the future. So you're sitting on here talking about, the year 4,000, year 5,000, or shit like that. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This is unbelievable. But this is the mindset that these people are in, man. Here it is. We're coming out, telling our people, to repent from their sins and, believe on Christ, because, clearly going off of the signs in the world, you can see that, the time we're in right now, right? Which is, as the scriptures say, with the last days, right? Or the end times. That's the time we're living in right now. But these dumbasses will come on there and say, well, the end times, we're not even close to that time, because that's a couple thousand years in the future. It's like, it's amazing to me, but this is what's going on. Excuse that noise in the background. There's actually a train. Let me see, I can actually show you the train going by back there, if you hear that in the distance. So do excuse that if you hear the background noise. There's nothing I can do about that right now. But yeah, man, it's astonishing to me, how these people that could sit there and pretend that everything's, A-okay right now, right? Everything is all right, right? There's nothing to be concerned about right now. But meanwhile, you have people out here, right, young, healthy athletes that are, dropping over dead, right? Here it is, they go out for a jog in the morning and they're found dead in the afternoon on the side of the street or something due to having a heart attack, right? These young, healthy athletes, they'd be like the least suspected person to just drop over dead for no reason. And why is this happening? Well, we know why, because it has to do with those, those yabs that everybody got, right? These Corolla yabs. Read between the lines. You got to use code language because YouTube is a anti-freedom of speech platform. So read between the lines of my speech. But yeah, you got people dropping over dead due to something that's called sudden adult death syndrome. Look that up. And again, this only started to happen in like 2020, in 2021, right? When people started getting these, as Minus Reg would call them, right, roosters, right? These roosters, or these yabs, this only started happening once people started getting those. So it's, hey, if you can't see what's happening, I don't even know what to say. If you're dishonest with yourself and just can't see the writing on the wall, I mean, it's clear as day what's going on, man. It's clear as day that, they're trying to kill off the population, but, people act like that's like a conspiracy, right? That's a crazy conspiracy. But yet they see around the world, you got young, healthy people dropping dead for apparently no reason. And again, this wasn't happening, 10 years ago. Like, I remember, man, when I was growing up, say, 10 years ago from this point, that wasn't happening. You didn't have people, young, healthy people dropping dead for no reason. You didn't have this going on back then. No, this is just something that happens right now. Why? Due to that Corolla yet. That's why. And a lot of people are just, what you call dishonest, where they won't even, look into this type of information, man. But hey, it's clear as day to see. For those who are able to see, it's clear as day. But hey, if one wants to be ignorant, let them be ignorant. Because the evidence and the information is available out in the open, right? The evidence and the information is available for anybody who actually just takes the time to look into it. Like, I mean, shit, you can go on Rumble, you can go on BitChute, you can go on Odyssey, which are all video sharing websites that are, you got a little bit more freedom of speech on those sites than you do here on YouTube. Like, shit, you could do a video on Odyssey, speaking about, the world events of what's going on, where you don't have to use like code words for certain words that are, the algorithm doesn't like, right? You don't have to, hide certain words on those websites, whereas you do on YouTube. And YouTube wasn't always like that, because again, I've been using YouTube my entire life. YouTube came out in 2005. And I remember using it even way back in the first couple of years, where I used to watch children's cartoons on YouTube, right? So I've been using the platform ever since it was created, basically. So I can tell you, there was a time not too long ago where, you would have more freedom of speech on YouTube, much more, say, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, than what you have right now today. There was a point at time that you actually did have, relative freedom of speech on the internet. But that time's long gone now, man. Like, I'll give you an example. The whole flat earth topic, back in like 2015, 2016, when the topic first, came on the internet, back then you could find information trying to both prove it and disprove it, right? You could find both sides of the argument on YouTube, and you could watch it, but now today, you don't have that ability, right? You don't have that ability. Bear with me a second. But anyway, I think we'll end the stream with that. I just wanted to come on for just a couple of minutes. Well, I had a few, but I'll end off with saying shalom.